How's it going? Welcome back to Tool Show with me, Master Dan, the Journeyman Chuter. And today we're going to be doing one of our little coffee time segments. And I know you might be thinking to yourself, hey, what's a young Roberto Downey Jr. doing hosting the show this week? Well, no, it's just me, Master Dan, the Journeyman Chuter. I'm just sporting a mustache to kind of show that I'm a different style of man sometimes. I like the Iron Man, and I thought this one was pretty funny, so I figured, why not? Lighten up the mood a little bit and kind of make everything go a little bit better here. So this week's segment, it's kind of a gray, overcast day, and the sun's really trying to poke out, but it's going to be a tough one, so you just got to kind of make the most out of it. But the lesson that we're going to be taking from this today is, because I was trying to think of what kind of lesson can I say about today, and well, sometimes you got to be here for a good time. You're not going to be here for a long time, so the sun can't shine every day, and you got to make the most out of it. Now, what you got to be doing with that, though, is you got to try to get out there and actually do something with your day, because it could be tough. Now, I'm kind of taking some weird angles here, but hopefully you can kind of get the most out of this. So, the sun's not going to be shining every day, and you got to be here for a good time. That's kind of why I grew the mustache. But I must ask you guys a question as well. How do you live forever? Well, that's a tough question, because I know everybody in the world is trying to do that and live forever, and that's one of the quick things that I've always kind of wondered about, especially without the ability to travel through time. That's why I kind of grew the mustache too, because if you are able to give me the time traveling ability, I fit in well with any kind of time period, so especially the olden days. So if you want to send me back to meet Tesla or somebody cool like that, I'm always around. But other than that, you got to be able to create a legacy for yourself. Now, part of a legacy is basically like what I'm doing right now. You got to have a TV show or something that's going to kind of live forever. There's no way you can delete this off the internet unless you have, somebody, I guess, and then you can kind of delete anything, but even then it's pretty tough. So what you want to do, though, is you want to try to make the most out of it, and you got to try to put out something quality, something that people are going to want to hear, and something that's going to be there forever. And if you can't do that, then there's other ways to have a legacy that's going to live on forever, and one's through a bloodline or through children or some kind of lineage. You want to have something, especially if you have a young boy that can go on and continue that family name forever. That's something that's pretty important, and my parents have always kind of hoped for that, but good luck with that one, Mom and Dad, because I'm not having a kid anytime soon. Maybe, who knows? You never know what could happen, but maybe one of those children from Red Deer will look me up someday. And no, I'm just kidding. I hopefully don't have any children in Red Deer. But that's a good way to live on forever, is to have a lineage. You got to create a lineage for yourself, and that's one cool thing about the world, is you can find somebody that's going to be able to live on forever with you. So if you could do that, that's a great idea. But what else? How else can you live forever? Well, you could invent something, or you could, maybe create some kind of mathematical formula. There's always lots of people out there that are looking to kind of change the future, and if you could get in on that early, that's a good idea. So that's probably about it. I can't think of too many other ways to live forever, and unless you do that cryogenic freezing kind of thing. I've told my mom that's kind of what I hope to have, basically, is I'll go a better way for you to see here. Well, I told my mom I always hope she'll save just kind of my head somewhere, or put it in like one of those Foot Locker freezers. I even said I'd buy it for her or whatever, but she's not really too keen on that idea. But hopefully someday she'll come around and be able to just, get a little save thing for my head. And then once they build the robot bodies and perfect all the rest, all I need is my thoughts and everything, and then I'll be golden. So that's about it. So if you want to live forever, freeze yourself or find some kind of legacy. And that could be anything. You could be a race car driver. You could be whatever you're good at, try it, because that's the way you're going to live on forever. You can't just make something up and expect to live forever and lie about something. And who better than a guy that looks like a French cat burglar to tell you that lying isn't good? You're not going to get anywhere with it. And other than that, that's probably about it. So, whatever you do, make a good legacy for yourself. Try to build something. If you can get a bridge named after you, a road named after you, that's even better too, because there's lots of different ways to live a legacy and kind of keep yourself going. Or if you could get a city named after yourself, or you could, join the government of some kind, I guess. I don't know. If you want to see the change in the world, you got to do it yourself. You can't just sit there and expect stuff to happen. So, just like me, I wanted to get up this morning and film a quick segment and see how my new camera works out on this nice little hill here. And especially, it's not that sunny out, so you got to be here for a good time. Not a long time, so let's have a good time. The sun ain't going to shine every day. And that's about it. So, for Tool Show, I'm Master Dan, the Journeyman Shooter. Get out there, build yourself a legacy, and live forever. Oh wait, I forgot my most important part of this, because that's where this all kind of came from, is what got me wanting to live forever and all that kind of stuff. And well, my high school yearbook, when I put my little graduation quote in there, mine was, I intend to live forever or die trying. And my legacy hopefully will be this amazing, hilarious tool show that you guys can take lots of life lessons from. And hopefully you guys can subscribe and do all the other junk there. And nah, I'm just kidding. It's not junk. Whatever you guys do is important to me and I appreciate it. So keep up the good work and thank you so much. Tool Show, Master Dan, Journeyman Shooter. Have a great day. Build a legacy. Thank you so much. Live forever.